I will be talking about a couple of things about women in Thailand and how come some men, they really get it wrong by meeting with the wrong women. And the problem is they don't know how to choose. They go for easy prey. Easy prey, what it is, it's they go to the bars, meet these women, they think they fall in love. After their money finished, they don't know them. Of course, the girl, she's coming from poverty and so on, and that's her job, to make money. And there we go. So he falls in love with her because it's not really falling in love with her, but it is the sex problem. And then when the time finished and the money finished, oh, she does not love me anymore. You're looking at somebody 70 years old with, say, 30 years old, 20 years old. She have to take care of him. Hardly he can walk. His skin is redolent. So what do you expect? And then he thinks she loves him. No, man, she loves you because of the money. But I see some 30 or 40 years old men, they go with a 20 years old, and still they have the same dilemma. She cheat him on buying a house. As a foreigner, you cannot own a house in Thailand unless there is some, you see, 51 Thai person have to have it, or and 49% is the man. But the whole thing is written in Thai. He can't understand what the hell is going on. So he signed off, but unfortunately the property, it is in her name, and he gives the money, end up got no money. Oops. So that is the biggest problem foreigners face. The problem with foreigners, they really too stupid. First, they are in a strange country. 2, they don't know many people here. 3, they do not know the laws. And unfortunately, they go, I love her very much, she loves me, and we can go for it. But that is so wrong. Look, guys, my lady, she found a stray cat having birth, but the mother left them, so she took them over and she brought them home. She got them a box, and there is 5 kittens here. So I don't know what I got to do with it. And look at my dog, always standing here looking at them. So yeah, that is first day in their life in this box now. Let's see, I don't know, I'm not ready for it. But Thai people, when they see a stray animal, they try to help. So basically the mother gave birth and left them this morning. So got them this box and put a mattress there, a little bit of mattress, whatever it is, and they're sleeping. Look at them, 5 of them. So she put them goat milk, and she feeding them. But still we're waiting for the mother. Unfortunately, the mother still is not here. I will update you guys. Let's go back to the story. So we end up with nothing. We're going home with nothing, and then we say Thai women are no good. But unfortunately, you're looking for cheap Thai women. They're not really cheap, but let's say, put it this way, they're looking for their own good. It's like a business for them. They will be working for 20 or 30, 20 years, let's say, and then, or 10 years, then they have to make it within that time. If they cannot make it, they will be in dilemma. So you are the scapegoat now. Okay. But if you go to meet a decent woman and knows what's your values, then it's a different story again. If you meet a doctor or a nurse or an accountant, a cleaner, somebody who is working, it doesn't matter in a low income or high income, the main thing they are working and they know the value of the money. And then don't go and flash your money. How much you pay rent, I pay for you and your kids. That is so wrong. You already giving her the value. Money is nothing for you and you can spend. That is so wrong. Give it up. But then a lot of people, they say women, but then I always say women everywhere is the same, or a human being, let's say, not only women, human being, especially this time, it's you need to be careful of what you are spending and what you are doing, and not to be an idiot and don't show you are really better than them. That is so wrong, and that's what I always say. Be careful of who you're meeting. If you are meeting somebody who's working, so they know the value of working, the value how hard you worked for your money, at the same time, and don't show them you in the West or wherever you come from, you are rich and you got all the money, and that is a no-no. Of course, you're not showing the value, then you got no value at all. Does it matter? Yes, of course it does matter. Now, let's talk about another thing is, when you go to restaurants and so on, stop saying it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap. Then, of course, afterwards, the shop owners, they will put the prices up because you keep saying cheap. So don't claim it is cheap because today you are only a tourist here, and then you go back. But when you come back, then when you come back, you will see prices are changed and so on, which is exactly now what's happening. As Thai baht, it is higher than before. So the food and so on, everything is more expensive, dearer. So stop saying, it's cheap, it's cheap, it's cheap. Nothing is cheap. Everything has got their own price. But then you spend much more money when you keep saying cheap. Instead, you're buying one t-shirt, you're gonna buy 5 t-shirts. Maybe you'll be spending the same if you are back home, or if you buy 1 shirt instead 5 shirts. That is true again. But then again, the quality, if it's a quality, it's good. A lot of times they get the copies, they're really not good quality, the same quality as you think. So if you don't know about fabric and so on, please make sure, or food, so please understand this. Stop saying it's cheap, because if it's cheap, at least tip the person who is selling in the market or selling in the shop. If you think it's cheap, at least you make a good impression about it. It's nice. It's appreciated when you value the person, and next time when you come, or next time when they see another foreigner, they do not expect you to pay to give a tip, but be nice to them. That's what they need. Don't be rude, and don't think it is, if they're selling it for $1, you're asking for a cheaper price. Stop doing that. It's absolutely ridiculous and shameful. Like this lady, she came from, I'm not mentioning the place, but then something was 5 items, and she was for hair things, and she's selling them for $1. And the lady, she said, how about you sell it 80 cents? So I looked at as a phone, I just was looking. I wasn't really, I wasn't buying. I was just looking, filming. And the lady said, how about 80 cents? And the girl, she just looked, the salesperson, she just looked at her like, no, I can't do that. And she just walked away. Very, very rude. Okay? If you do not want to buy, why you giving, it's only $1. I bet when she goes back, she will buy them for $5 in her country. So it's absolutely ridiculous. You are first, if you are a tourist, look, don't bargain, stop bargaining. If you cannot afford it, don't buy. Don't come and hassle the street sellers for $1 or $2. You need to stop doing that. It's absolutely shameful. And it is very, very sad to see people like that. They think they're smart, or they think, oh yeah, they street smart. No, that is stupid street smart, because it's really 20 cents is not going to affect you even if you pay it. It doesn't really matter. I know I don't like to be being fooled, but that's not foolish. If you agree on something, that is not a fool. It's you both agrees on the price. It's a fool or scamming is when you agreed on a price and then she charges you more. Yeah, I will say, okay, I'll walk away. I don't want to be scammed. That is not right. But if you agreed on the price, that is not scamming. It's a business. She's doing a business. But at the same time, do not keep for 20 cents. If it's $100 difference, I would say, oh, okay. But 20 cents, for God's sake, what are you going to buy for 20 cents? Come on, get out of town. If you cannot afford 20 cents, why are you traveling? So, yeah, and that's what it is. Guys, in the middle of this, at least give me this thumbs up so we can keep going, and I thank you for your support. Guys, if you are looking for a good woman, you can find it on Facebook or local. If you staying here, say 6 months or so or 1 year, you can meet up in local places and so on. But I know some Facebook is not really that good, but be careful of what you're meeting, what you're doing on Facebook, and how you two got introduced or how you two start chatting. So, but it's not only a good times. Find out if you are really compatible to each other or not. If you are looking for the same thing, that's, hey, it's not my problem, it's your problem. You have to care, not me. I'm not worried about it. I'm only trying to save a lot of headaches and heartaches, and then start whinging, my money, it's finished because she tricked me. This is a really lame excuse. In this age, we should not be that naive to people or who can steal from us, or you can take maybe once to being good and good-hearted, but second time it's going to be really stupid or naively stupid. So, not saying it happened to everyone, but it does happen, and that is the sad story about it. We need to be careful what we are doing. You can meet up in, say, if you go, I don't know, if you go to mosque or church or temple, then you can meet up with some people who are really nice and so on, or even in the local places you go to, accept the bus and so on. Even you could meet some friends, Thai friends, and so on. They could arrange something for you if you are really looking for someone, because they know the country, they know the people. So you need to be very careful of everyone until you know what is going on in the country, or else you will be lost. This is day 3. Look how they grown, unbelievable. Wow.
They're so cute, look at it. And the mother, of course, she left them. She's gone highway. She came last night, she fed them, and she's gone again. So there it is. Ah, there she is. Okay guys, you see these? It's actually was wrapped around the baby in mother's stomach. So what they can do is when they give birth, she gave birth to 5. So she ate 1 and she left these 4. And as my woman, she's taking care of her. And then when she actually gave birth, she gave birth in my house. So what Thai belief is, what Thai belief is, if the mother didn't leave it outside as in nature, so they keep it outside and they leave it for the nature to take care of it. But Thai people, I don't know if Thai people, but my girlfriend believe that is the gift the cat gave her to take care of the babies. I don't know. So I respect whatever people believe in. So yeah, but my woman, what she did, she put it in a sack and let it be as it is in nature, let it get dry and so on. So I don't know what's going to happen to it, but anybody knows or whatever belief they have, please leave your comments there. Here you are, from 5 cats, but I got 4 of these sacks when they were in the cat's womb or cat's stomach. So let's say you go to a restaurant. Thai people really usually what they do, they invite friends and family and so on because they got a foreigner who can spend. But if you lay from start, you say no, we're going together and nobody else. So you're laying the ground there, you're not easy prey. Now, when a woman, she's looking for money, but you're not easy prey, she's gonna leave you straight away. Then you will know the value of that woman, if she is good for you or not. Now, personally, I see all human beings the same. It doesn't matter where you go. Even in the West, you get married and so on, and then after 20 years, with one of the partners, because they are so greedy, they try to find a lot of mistakes in you and so on. So you end up divorcing, but the divorce will end up, most of it goes to one of you. If they get the kids, then they get whatever percentage, and then the court will give them the percentage. There's no winners really. But then in Thailand, it's not like that. If she's a decent woman, which there is a lot of decent women here, is if you spend a dime in a bad days for her, but in a good days for her, or even bad days, she stays with you. She doesn't think, that's it, he's finished, he got no money, I'm leaving him. That does not work that way. I know a lot of women here, their husband, they really no good, but then they say, because of the kids, we in the West, we say it's wrong and it's all that, but really if you come to it, I see the happy family in there. Yeah, there's not much connection between man and woman. The man taking most of the times to go out with his mistress and so on, and the lady knows that. The only thing she's staying because of the kids.
And they grow up in going to universities and so on. They become doctors. And after that, if they decided to leave each other, that's fine. But in the West, it's not like that. So it is, I'm talking in the West because most of my life I lived in Western countries. From Europe to Australia and now back to Asia. I see the difference there in, got nothing to do with religion and so on. It's only thing got to do with the background, how they grow up in the environment. If they do respect and value people, then that's what it is. But unfortunately in the West, there's not much of people value. And that is the biggest problem, and it is very, very sad. Now, I'm not blaming a woman, I'm not blaming a man, but that's reality of it. Even friends, I see a lot of friends here, not friends, but I used to see a lot of foreign colleagues, let's say, or whatever. But it tends to be they too much talk, like they gossip too much and so on. I didn't like that, so I'd rather stay away than keep close to people I meet here. So basically, there's not much of friends. But if you come to relationships again, I'll go back to relationships. Relationships are great if you know what you are doing or choosing who to be your partner. Not anyone comes and goes and it will become your partner. That is a different story if you don't want to settle down or whatsoever. But if you think you want to settle down, please choose carefully, as you should know everything have to be perfect in a marriage life. Because if you are married or a long-term relationship and the end it's not good, then it really hurts the both partners, not only one really. So I would say always make sure to choose carefully and don't from start look and listen to her. Don't keep talking because you think you know everything. No. First listen and then listen, and say still listen, but so you will know what's your partner about, what she's coming from, and so on. They don't keep taking over of this, I can do this, I can do that. If you have, I have a friend who used to come to Thailand often, and every time he used to come, if he comes here 2 or 3 weeks, 2 weeks usually, and he spends $10,000. $10,000 is a big amount of money in Thailand, mate. So I could live in it maybe 6 months or 5 months, but that was before, I mean, not now. Now the Australian dollar is very low, but before was very good, very nice. So I cannot spend $10,000 in 2 weeks. It's impossible, because all what he used to do is going to the bars, and he didn't even spend it on hotels or food, but he goes to the bars and drinks on him and so on, and he goes with the ladies and all that, and he never really met a nice lady, let's say that way. So one thing is, if you want to really have a long-term relationship, one thing, make sure she does not work in the bars, or you don't find her in the bars. 2 is, I find a lot of village people and so on, even they're not village people, they city people, but they have the decency and they know relationships and they know family and so on. So if you want to because that way, the way you want it, that's what it's going to be. But be careful, don't spend your money on bar gas and so on. I got really nothing against the bar gas. That is their job and that's the occupation they choose. But if I want to have a long-term relationship, I will choose somebody who is decent, come from a good family, and so on. Have the cultural values and the decency of family gathering and so on, and that's what I do. Guys, thank you very much for watching this video. I really do appreciate at least your thumbs up. If you're not subscribing, I really do appreciate that. Thank you very much, and mind you, if you subscribe, it's much better. It costs you nothing, and I totally do appreciate all the subscribers. I thank you very much for, and Sawadee Kap.
There she is. There she is. Come, come, Papa. Come feed your kids, come. Look at them, they're already moving. Look at this naughty boy. I don't know, a boy or a girl, but he's moving and so on. And look at them, how they keep themselves warm. It's unbelievable, the nature, huh? Wow. So I keep updating you on these smaller creatures, they new to life, but really I don't know what to do with them. But my wife always, she take care of them, I know, and she gonna keep feeding them. That is the Thai way. If it is got a soul, they take care of them regardless. So it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not really much for the cats, but look at them, how beautiful they are. I keep updating anyway. The mother, she just came back. She was meowing and so on. So when we opened the door, straight away she came to the box. And look at the babies now, they milking are so nice, they eating and she's cleaning them up. Wow, even the motherhood, it's so impressive, guys. Unbelievable, look at her. Can't believe it. She came almost after, she left somewhere around 10 o'clock and now it's somewhere around 7. So basically, let's say 12 hours or so, 10 hours. And she's back and look at her. She's cleaning all the babies one by one and they're eating. Wow, is that incredible or what? Oh, I thought I'd tell you. It's great.